Hey, what's up? YouTube's WK Dad. Hey, so did you guys see the new releases for Judgment of the Light? So we're getting Starform Dragon. They changed it to Star Eater. I don't know why. They could have called it Celestial Dragon or left it Starform Dragon, but I guess Star Eater is just going to be the name. I mean, I still call Summoner Monk Summon Priest. I don't. Konami just be on some old bullshit. I mean, we have a Sewer Priest, so why can't it be Summon Priest? Then that new exclusive, Angel of Zera. Now, big ups to Konami for making it a light type and not an earth, wind, fire, or water attribute, because a big ass DD scout plane is not what we need right now. You banish that for your whatever element dragon, and then that shit comes back. It's kind of broke. Speaking of elemental dragons, my last video, we're talking about ban list predictions, and boy, some of you guys went ape shit. In the future, try to watch the whole video before you go ape shit. That way you just go monkey shit instead of just full blown ape shit. Now, the reasonings behind my suggestions were to enable Konami, to sell the next set. Someone commented about me saying who wants to play Bujins, and talking about who wants to play Bujins. I left after that. I'm saying, in a competitive atmosphere, YCS, let's say you live in New York and you go to California, why the fuck would you want to play Bujins or whatever that shit is called, the Bujin Yamato War God deck, if spellbooks are still at full strength? I mean, okay, yeah, you fly all the way across the country to have some fun, sure. But if you're looking to do well in a tournament, why not run the superior deck? Spellbook of Fate does not target, and it will fuck Yamato up all damn day. And then Kaiku, they just drop Kaiku and Spellbook of Fate your Yamamoto thing, and then banish all the shit out of the graveyard, and just be fucked all day. And then you're whining about Tinky. Tinky's for Fire Fist, and Fire Fist came out a couple sets ago. And it wasn't designed for Constellars. It wasn't designed for Bujins or whatever. It's a generic search card, yes, for Beast Warriors. But think about the other generic search card, Reinforcement of the Army. That bitch has been at 1 for a very long time. And, warrior decks seem to do, alright without it. But now the game is such that you have so many things that search each other. I mean, all you have to do in the War God deck is make that exceed, and then you just search the damn thing to your hand. You get it to your hand eventually. And then Constellars, you have to grind it out a little harder to get to it. But it's all right. You'll be all right. But in terms of Fire Fist, let's say they do hit dragons and they do hit spellbooks. Then you got to compete with 3-axis and 4-axis Fire Fist. Those decks are a beast in an environment where dragons and prophecy do not exist. You remember, it wasn't too long ago that it was just Fire Fist and Mermails. And while Mermail was the faster, more powerful deck, the flexibility of the side deck for Fire Fist was just unreal. So now imagine if we get the speed that the OCG have with Wolfbert for the 4-axis and Rooster, I still call it Chicken, for the 3-axis. That deck becomes a real problem really fast. I'm sure there's people out there, well, when I'm on DN, my deck I always beat them. I don't have any problems. Oh God. Yeah, sure. Okay, you're that one person, like Paul Cooper, who can just run your deck perfectly, and just given the right shot, you can win all the Yu-Gi-Ohs. But for the majority of people, it's not like that. And that goes to lead me to Ophion. If you read the Konami site, they're talking about pushing synchros really hard again. How am I supposed to make my big fancy Star Eater or my new fancy Herald of Zera if I have to worry about Evil Swarms pumping out an Ophion every turn? That's insane. You can't drop a synchro with Ophion on board. People make the argument, well, you have to have Ophion because it, keeps the Herp Derp decks in check. Yeah, to an extent, but on the other hand, there shouldn't be cards that just completely shut down a game mechanic. I don't understand. I don't like the fact that there's you can just play one card and it says you auto lose. There's no skill or fun in that. I mean, Ophion to decks that use high level monsters, in my opinion, is the same as Spellbook of Judgment in that you resolve this one card and now your opponent can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, that's not fun. You guys know how it is when Spellbook player goes like plus 17 on you. And how do you feel like if you're playing Agents and you open up a hand of Earth, Hyperion, Shine Ball, and MST, and some other irrelevant card, and you lose a die roll, and they go Caster, Thunderbird, Ophion, set 4. What do you do against that? Hope you draw the Storm. Okay, you draw the Storm, then what? Hope you draw the Honest. I mean, it's not going to happen that often. Of course you're going to get lucky, but for the most part, I mean, just look at Japan. All that shit disappeared. The 3 axes disappeared because of spellbooks and dragons, and Agents disappeared because of Ophion. Erratics disappeared because of Ophion. Synchro decks, synchrocentric type decks disappeared because of Ophion. It just completely invalidates whole, types of decks. Lavels, synchro based, just high level beater type monsters. You can't even play them because you have to draw your one outer to Ophion. Well, just pack your deck full of answers. You have to just adapt to the meta, and if it's part of the meta, you got to adapt to it. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna pack my deck, full of these cards in the hopes that hopefully I do face the deck that I have all these extra cards in my deck. That's insane. I know people are going to be pissed again because I'm talking about their beloved Ophion. I just don't like the card. I had to put down Hieratics because of Ophion. I had to put down Agents because of Ophion. I can't play any of my quick draw decks because of Ophion. Of course I can side, but I have to draw into my side cards. And Evil Swarms have a bajillion ways to go into Ophion first turn, or you have to grind through their infinite back row, just to get at the Ophion. And it's just not worth it. It's not worth trying to build a deck and then get eliminated in the first round or two because you face 2 Evil Swarm decks in a row and they had Ophion up before you could get an answer to it. Just no bueno. Well, I'm done for now. You guys can go ape shit again. I'm going to bed. Peace.